Okay, it's 7 o'clock. We'll call this meeting to order. We'll start with a pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reading of the call.
Dear Supervisor, please be advised the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors will meet at 7 p.m. on December 15th, 2025 in the county boardroom. All county board members' claims are due in the administrative office by noon on December 5th, 2025, so they can be prepared for audit committee approval. Sincerely, Mary Martin, County Clerk.
Roll call.
Bridget Turner.
Here.
Stacy Klein.
Here.
Richard Seisha.
Here.
Lori Severson.
Here.
Andy Todd.
Here.
Richard Anderson.
Here.
Kevin Adams.
Here.
Dick Miller.
Here.
Kevin Whalen.
Here.
John Austin.
Here.
Don Trug.
Here.
Robert Becker.
Here.
Renee Lyon.
Here.
Kellen Nelson. David Larson.
Here.
Jeannie Nutter.
Here. Sorry.
Ron Johnson.
Couldn't figure it out.
Here.
16-0.
All right. Certify that open meeting law requirements have been met with proper posting and notification. We have a 10-item agenda looking for approval. Motion by Supervisor Nutter and seconded by Supervisor Johnson. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Minutes. Oh, that's carried. Minutes from the November meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Turner, seconded by Supervisor Anderson. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? That's carried. Appearances. Make my move presentation by Scott McCauley and Tucker Lewis.
Welcome, Scott. So Scott joined the Executive Finance Committee and talked about Make My Move. And he gave a presentation about an upcoming grant opportunity that is available. And so the Executive Finance Committee did vote that forward and asked that he come and present tonight as well, just to give some background about their work and the grant opportunity. So I'll hand it over to Scott if he wants to give his presentation, please.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. I appreciate it. Thank you for the audience. Appreciate this opportunity. As Rebecca mentioned, we visited, it was 2 Mondays ago, and it was great to be in that room, meet with people, see the county. And Make My Move is an economic development program. Here are some slides I will share with you all. Our economic development program this past summer has partnered with the governor's office, state leaders, bipartisan support to pass legislation and then secure $5 million in grants so that the state of Wisconsin can take advantage of a statewide talent attraction program. And the reason the state of Wisconsin listened to us here at Make My Move is we have been able to successfully run state recruitment programs in Indiana, Kansas, and Michigan. Make My Move is an Indiana company, and what grabbed the attention of leaders in Wisconsin is that we have now moved over 2,500 new Hoosiers into Indiana in the last couple of years. And that even got some eyebrow raises a couple of weeks ago with the Finance Committee, and it did with the state of Wisconsin, to say, you've added over 2,000 new people to Indiana, and that's across 30 different communities. So the state of Wisconsin knows that population is a big, big concern. As they forecast out to the year 2050, the state of Wisconsin believes there will be 200,000 fewer residents in 2050 than there are today. And that does not factor in the people who will be retiring and leaving open jobs. Schools are seeing a decline in population, this is something that affects everybody. And Make My Move is a program that is proven. We have moved over 4,000 people through our programs. It's sustainable, it is repeatable, it can be done year after year, and more importantly, is our program allows you to measure every single dollar in, and you will know every single dollar out, because Make My Move is in the business of moving people. We're an economic development program that realizes that there are 7 million Americans who will move across state lines annually. And Wisconsin says we'd love to have some of them. So our program is about adding new state taxpayers. And when they move into Trempealeau County, you will not only meet them, you will know them, and you will have an incredible amount of information about everyone that comes into the community, because 54% will bring a spouse, 40% will bring a school-aged kid, and the average household income of the people we move is clear of $115,000. Because we know all of this info, and we learn it because they must apply through us and meet your criteria, we're able to tell you the economic impact of the households and the families that will move into the area. So you will know for every dollar that you put in. The state of Wisconsin and the WEDC will know for every dollar they provide for you for the grant, they will know what they will get back in state taxes and what you will get back in local taxes. And the retention rate is 90%, because Trempealeau County will be the main point and the main driver for these people. We will build a program page that will feature the county. We will talk about the cost of living. We'll talk about the lifestyle that you can have there. I stayed at the Park Inn, right? I know exactly what you're going to get when you go in there. And there are people that are looking for that. People are looking for a lower cost of living. They're looking for a better place to grow and to raise a family. And they also want to find places that are just close enough to large cities where they can access airports, where they can do different things, but they want to find a new place to call home. So Trempealeau County will be a part of a Make My Move website, which has 1.5 million annual visitors to this website. 3,000 unique people a day will visit a website, and Trempealeau County will be featured there. And when they land on your county, they are going to go through questions so we can learn about them. Are they going to bring a job? Are they going to fill a job? Are they a nurse? Are they a teacher? Are they a police officer? Are they a college graduate? Do they have a LinkedIn profile? Are they a veteran? Do they want to buy? Do they want to rent? An incredible amount of information that will be at your fingertips as Make My Move engages with these people and we move them into your community. And you will not only know who they are, you will learn about them throughout the move process, because they'll have questions. What are churches like? What's a Wednesday night like? What are schools like? We'll work with locals, and Make My Move will help answer those questions to help make the transition seamless for them to move into the county. And you will know the economic impact of each and every one of those households that will be entering into the area. Here's some testimonials. The top one is from a community in Kansas. The entire county is 2,300 people. The entire county. And we've moved 32 people there to this place. You never know what someone's going to look for. And we want to be able to put Trempealeau on the map to a larger national audience to say, look, this is a great place for you. Let's see if it's a place that you can call home. Because the rules of this grant, anyone that moves in cannot be a current Wisconsin resident. We are not shuffling the deck. This program will add in close to 30 plus new people into the county with the help of the state of Wisconsin. The state of Wisconsin is going to provide $217,000 in grants to Trempealeau County. They're going to cover 80% of your program cost. The county, when we met with the finance committee, is on the hook for $29,000, and that will not come out of your coffers until 2027, because this 2-year program, all in year 1, will be covered by the state of Wisconsin and the grant. What can we expect from these people we move in? Our economic model, which is with an economic development program called IMPLAN, a nationally known economic development calculator system. And we partner with an economist at Indiana University. We are able to tell you when a family moves in, since we know their income or we know the job they took. And because we know where they moved into, we are able to tell you the expected economic impact. So this program that Rebecca and everyone has been championing and reached out to Make My Move in the WEDC to talk about will provide a little more than $500,000 of economic spending in the county, $81,000 in state and local taxes, and almost $18 ROI for every dollar spent. So it is a program that is going to market you, tell your story, videos, pictures, testimonials. We'll hear from locals. All of this will be marketed at a national scope. You will then have people apply to say, I'm interested in learning more and moving here. Make My Move will work with them, and we will move 10 new households, which equates to roughly about 30 plus people. And then you will see the economic impact of that, and the state of Wisconsin is going to cover 80% of that program. So that is it at a very, very high level. But it's a proven program. We were able to get some dollars from the state. The grant window opens up on January 5th. So Make My Move with Rebecca, we are going to submit the grant on your behalf. We're going to build out the program. And then once you are green lit, once you have the acceptance of the grant, then we will begin moving people in and promoting the community and starting to show that economic impact for the area.
Any questions that anybody wants to bring forward right now? Right now, the approval is to just move forward with the grant application. And so once, if we would be awarded, then that comes back to you again for further discussion.
If I remember correctly, if the grant is not awarded, then this all goes away also. And any possible expenses.
That's correct. That's correct. The way that it works is Make My Move is going to take on the risk. We're going to partner and say we're going to apply for the grant, and we're actually going to build out the program page, the back end information. We're going to build out everything as if it will move forward. And if the county is not awarded the grant, then we did all that work for nothing, but that's okay. And if you are awarded the grant, then we would move forward. All of this will be contingent on the grant being awarded. That's correct.
Go ahead.
This is Bridget Turner. Just a question for you in regards to, once this gets up and running, and obviously it seems like it would be a great thing, right, for our county. How will your firm be able to keep up and adapt? Will you be adapting that website and adding things as you go? In a timely manner? Because obviously, as more and more counties and cities and whatnot hop on this, there's going to be a lot more competition for that market of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. And Make My Move has been doing this now since 2017. And our website a couple of years ago, we had to market to get people to come to the website. Now, since we are the only company that performs this service out there in the space with that ROI and those tangible movers, people are coming to us. And when you come to us for the experience, it's free for any mover to sign up. You sitting in the audience, pass it off to family members. Hey, check out makemymove.com. It's free for them to sign up. And when they do sign up, they give us information, household income, which we verify. They'll need to give us W-2s, current job status, education level, etc. But also, they'll ask us about their lifestyle. Outdoor, I like waters, I like lakes. When people come to the website, they might have come there because they saw a news article about us and said, hey, I'm going to look at Frankfort, Kentucky. But as they fill out their application, they realize, I'll be darned, I'm a better fit for the western side of Wisconsin. So we are going to take the data that they provide for us and the history we've learned about our communities and actually steer people in places that make the most sense for them. And it is competitive when it's out there. But really, when you look at it, the stories and all the uniqueness of all these communities, they end up winning out. They end up being able to land people. We have 150 communities on our website in 14 different states, and we'll probably end up with anywhere from 12 to 15 communities across Wisconsin. To give you an idea, there's 35 communities in Indiana. Last year, 91,000 people applied to those 35 programs. There will be so many people to go around. We just want to connect to the ones that make the most sense for you and engage with them. We don't want to spend our time with people that are kind of kicking around and maybe interested, maybe not. We will focus on the ones that will come to you and the volume will be there.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Go ahead.
So if we don't get the grant, is this an option for later down the road?
I don't know, Scott, do you know?
I would hope
if-
so.
Yeah, I would assume if it goes well, the state is going to continue to support this effort.
One of the things when we first spoke with the governor's office and the WEDC in January of 25, because our program in Indiana annually is worth $90 million of economic impact to the state of Indiana. So the Indiana Economic Development Corporation loves our program because we're moving people in and there's tangible dollars. That's why the WEDC liked it. So from the WEDC standpoint, we said if you allocate dollars to a talent attraction program, anyone that works through us will give you that ROI. We expect the people that we move in through their state taxes to repay the state of Wisconsin within 18 months. So to Rebecca's point, when we have this $5 million on the table, when we start to move people in, we ideally hope the state of Wisconsin says, this is a strong program, let's keep this program up. So if by chance you didn't make that first cut on this grant application, Make My Move, the people that we're working with are going to go back to the state and look for more money. All based on success, of course.
Any other questions? Hearing none? Thanks, Scott. Nope.
Thank you all. I
Oh, go
appreciate
ahead.
it. So generous.
I
with
got
your
one
time.
more
I appreciate it.
question. Go
Yeah, I
ahead,
have a
Mitch.
question.
Yes.
Your agency writes the grant, I'm assuming.
We will fill the grant out for the community. That's correct.
And what has your success rate been in your grant writing?
So in the state of Kansas, awarded $3 million up for grabs in grant dollars. All 11 programs that partnered with us in Kansas all received state dollars from Wisconsin. 60% of those people that applied and received those grants had a county population less than 20,000. We don't want to say we feel pretty good or too confident, but we did help write the legislation. We actually have provided the WEDC with some grant outlines. We will definitely do all we can to get Trempealeau those state dollars.
So, okay, so the county is involved in giving you information in writing this particular proposal?
Yeah, part of the grant will be how many people do you plan on moving? You'll have to call your shot. And then of those people that you move, what's the estimated economic impact of those people? Those are all numbers that we have and we've shared with you. And then they'll say, how are you going about doing that? And we have the proven program that says, here's how we're going to do that. There will be a few things in the grant that the community will be a part of, but we'll help them write all of that. It will just simply be different content of what are your goals for this program? What are you looking to have all of this? But yes, one of the big things, we are going to reach out to the WEDC representatives for the area, get the grant applications, fill all that out on your behalf. Then when that submits in time, then we can go to work with the WEDC and make any changes if necessary.
And I did hear you right. I think you said that you're the only organization that does this.
We are the only one that will market you, actually have movers come in and provide economic impact for those movers. There's lots of tremendous programs out there that do an excellent job of marketing, that telling the story, but oftentimes, sometimes their funnels or their request informations will just be an email, a phone number, or a brief synopsis. We dive in. That was the main part of our program. When we started in Indiana, it was all about talent attraction in Indiana. And we knew in order to do that successfully, you have to be able to provide what is the impact financially to the state and these communities. So this is something that we've been working on for several years and have been able to take to different state levels.
One other question, and isn't of this gentleman, but the Exec Finance Committee met with him, and do you have a reaction as a committee?
My reaction was this looks like a positive move that potentially won't cost our taxpayers anything.
John, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Scott, have we asked for referrals? And if we have we made any phone calls on those referrals to see how well that company's been doing or has been moving forward with what they have done?
Not that I'm aware of. We have offered up some referrals, and we are happy to provide any referrals based on communities, just like your size in Trempealeau and your climate, your community. We are happy to have you talk with other communities of ours.
Any other questions? Go ahead there, Patty.
I didn't ask this before. Do we put the money up front, or do you get the money later on afterwards?
Good question. It will be afterwards. With the 2-year program, the grant that is provided by the WEDC will come in 2 tranches. Of the $217,000 that you all will receive, they will actually be able to pay all of that out in year 1. So here's a look at a payment schedule. These dates here are a little off because the WEDC has kind of changed some timelines. But the money that you all would be responsible for would not be dipped into until 2027, and in some cases in 2028. The grant will cover all of that first year of the program. For the grant, you don't have to have the money on hand, but it will be at a later date as the state covers the first portion.
Yeah, that sounds good. It's a big deal. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
We'll go for administrative update by administrator.
Yeah, I'd like to invite Amy Bergerson up first to just give you an update on our Tyler system implementation.
So, good evening. I just here to give you the transition on our new financial system. We hosted 3 all-day trainings that were in-house virtually with Tyler. This consisted of us getting into the system, having department heads, fiscals, anyone who else wanted to attend that would do entering the data and moving within the modules. We're going to be hosting another all-day training where employees can come and ask questions. They can rewatch the recorded video, and we're going to work through our workflows. We're continuing to refine our workflows and we're adjusting those as necessary, because setting up a new system, those workflows are all different, so we have to make sure that those workflows are being efficient, which we're working on that right now. Our 2024 history has been imported successfully, so we will have 2024 history in the new system, and our 2025 budget will be imported by the end of this week. Of course, we are in 2025, so our net activity will not be imported until the middle of January. Our go-live date is set for January 5th, and we're right on track for that. We will have representatives from Tyler on site in January, from January 6th through the 8th, and then again on the 13th through the 15th. With this transition, we're going to have like a blackout soft phase where data can't be entered into the system. This is common, they tell us, and it's looking like it'll be the 2nd through the 12th, but it doesn't always have to be those 10 days. It could be shorter, but it won't go past that time frame. We, as a team, we need to sit down and look like what departments taking deposits, what does that look like for them? It may consist of just writing a receipt for that instead of putting it into our old legacy system, because we're going to shut that off at the end of this year. 2026 will mark us being into the new Tyler system. We are currently encouraging all departments to go in and test all their processes, what they do on a daily basis, so we can make sure that those workflows and everything's working correctly. I did have a department head reach out to me today. She was in there testing and getting in there doing it, and she did wonderful. So the trainings have been helping, and we're just trying, I sent out a survey today seeing what works for everybody to do another training day. So once we get that feedback, we'll be hosting another in-house training. Any questions?
Any questions for Amy?
Amy's done a fantastic job coordinating, so just want to thank you. And I think the training did go really well, and in the parts that I sat in on as well. It's always a lot to take on and learn new systems, but also just by sitting there and being a part of that, it is easy to see like this is going to be a robust program that'll be really user-friendly for people as they get used to it.
Right, and that real-time data is going to be really nice for all of us, seeing that.
Question,
I'm
Dawn?
Yeah, just curious. I know that the timekeeping system, the UKG, is also still, is that still pending, I think? Is
That
that going
is.
live at the same time, or is that a separate?
Well, it's kind of in process yet. We're kind of trying to get across the line and putting that together. We have a meeting scheduled Wednesday afternoon. When I say we, myself and Tim, with a couple of the UKG representatives to talk about what we feel we need in order to get that implemented across the board yet. So we are in process on that.
That UKG system will be throughout Trempealeau County,
That is within the government center.
so not the highway or
Correct.
the healthcare center?
Yep.
Are there going to be badging stations, or is that all going to be on computers that they badge in, that the employees badge in and out on?
Computers.
Okay. Thanks.
There will be, like at the highway, not everybody has a computer, but they'll have stations at different places, yeah.
Any other questions?
Thanks, Amy.
Do you have additional?
I do have additional, I'll try not to take too long here. So I just wanted to cover, in the last month, I usually send you an email, but I put it into a little PowerPoint just to go through. We coordinated an investment meeting with Ellers. We had our insurance review and transition planning for workers' compensation. That's gone through committee recently. We compared between two companies, got an estimated annual savings of $20,000. $40,000 through bundling that we'll expect, and we also get expanded services and support through that. So that's positive, and we'll be coming. I want to thank Supervisor Turner and Klein for help with the healthcare center and making that all work through there. Committee meetings related to opioid settlement funds. I did just want to share that with you because I'll share a couple of big billboards that are going to be coming. Yep, within the next month. So I'll show you those as we go forward. We will have, we've been meeting and talking about our postage machine. Currently, we have 3. We're going to be taking 2 and merging those together, having 1 in a central station within our mail area. And then when the contract on the 3rd one ends in a year, we'll reevaluate for that one. On the regional state legislative outreach, we did have our last meeting. We were able to bring Senator Stoffschild here. So just really pleased and thankful to have all 6 representatives here in Trempealeau County. I think that says a lot. And it was just a wonderful meeting with the senator, and every single one of our representatives that was able to make it out here was really impressed and just talked a lot about saying we should be doing this everywhere. So it was really nice to be able to hear that. I participated in the Great River Road meeting. A Great River Road meeting, met with Gene Galzinski, attended weekly state county administrator meetings and the Wisconsin Counties Association meetings. That happens weekly. Participated in multi-county AI learning session today that was hosted by WCA and UW Extension. It was a wonderful learning opportunity, and that was with Jack Hay, Tim Robertson, Lisa Nelson, and myself. We went to Marathon County and they hosted this. It was a really well-attended presentation, and it was very informational. I think we got a lot out of it and took away some key things that were well appreciated. Strategic partnerships, I did put in 2 grant applications through the Department of Administration, one for Strum Highway Shop and Strum Recreational Trails. I had extensive stakeholder meetings in order to coordinate that, did outreach to all state legislators for letters of support. This is where those collaborations are just so key. And just when I'm contacting our state legislators and telling them about the projects and support we need, they're really right behind us and want to support us. So those relationships are really valuable. Let's see, participation in Seven Rivers Alliance Housing Meeting. That's the new group that I'm also on the board for. So later this week, I'll attend my first board meeting. Make My Move recruitment initiative meetings. This is where I was talking to Scott. Mississippi River Regional Planning Commission. That's the 8-county regional planning meeting that we had. I think it was just last week, and we talked about that group and the grant work that they're putting together, outdoor work. Facilitated cross-departmental collaboration where we had the JET team meeting. That was actually through the judge's office, District Attorney Gardy Met Litem, Health and Human Services, Law Enforcement, State Judicial Leadership. We are working together as a collaborative group and to strengthen partnerships across the judicial area. It did. It did. We can talk more about that. Local engagement outreach, I participated in that 8-county outdoor recreation meeting. Also led the mayor, city administrator, village president collaborative meeting and provided government center tour to Drew Moreland and family. That was the intro to our government center in Whitehall, and then he took the job at the city of Whitehall as their city administrator. So if you haven't met Drew yet, great individual and excited to have him here and working with our team. UW Extension collaboration, there was the agricultural and crops position interviews. I thought there were 5 scheduled. There were actually 4. I was a part of 2 of them. I want to thank Supervisor Whalen for being a part of that and those interviews. And it sounds like we have someone had some really good interviews. We hope we get a good person in that position out of that. And then the CDI position, there is an individual that a position was eliminated in another county. And so that individual has come here. I met with that individual. The UW Extension staff met with that individual, and it sounds like they are going to be offering that position to that individual starting in the new year. I think she'll be a really good fit for the county as well. Internally, it coordinated and led monthly department head management meeting, committee planning for personnel bargaining. The HR director responsibilities, of course, I've mentioned that this position was that full-time position in the past. HR meetings and follow-ups, listening sessions with employees, legal review of employer matters, attorney meetings, school district, law enforcement, human services, and health department coordination meetings, ongoing management, coaching, and leadership support for department heads in that field. As far as communications, you've got the newsletter in front of you. I want to highlight a few things out of there that I think are really special. The Sheriff's Giving Tree, we want to thank everybody for donating and being part of that, and also just for the coordination from the Sheriff's Department. That's just an amazing outreach effort. The beautiful 21-foot Christmas tree that is in the front entryway. Just want to, again, say a wonderful thank you to Darren and Jean Papp. And is that how you say their last name? Poppy, from Tri-County Sanitation, to their employees, Isaac Poppy and Ryan Bergerson, for helping to place the tree, Amy Bergerson for coordinating. It is just beautiful and so gorgeous, and we hear so much about that and how it brightens everybody's day when they come in. Want to thank the Whitehall School District again for the teachers there bringing over the little 4K children. They did their singing, they made their ornaments, they placed them on the tree, and then of course for Jeremy for helping put it all together and make it look really nice. And we are in the process of planning for MLK Day. We have Dr. Hoyt coming. He is coming from the East Coast, and he is in the military, and I can't remember which branch right now, but it's a recommendation speaker that comes from our clerk and from Mary, and so we're excited to have him join us in January. Then just to highlight, again, these partnerships are really critical, and along with yours, with our shared goals for residents, employees, taxpayers, and I'm just excited about the partnerships that allow us to move projects forward, leverage resources, and deliver results. Thanks so much.
Okay. Any questions for the administrator? Seeing none, we'll continue.
Can I share one
Yeah.
more thing?
Go
I
ahead.
forgot. I wanted to share those, the opioid, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you don't mind.
no, that'd be great.
Okay. And, thanks. They are really good, and we want to thank Angela Meyer, she's really been doing a great job. And this is, do you remember the location, Jeannie?
Oh, yeah, I have the info, I can tell you.
Fentanyl kills anytime, anyone, in any drug. This is the lethal dose for an adult right there, and it's just showing the pencil tip. And she did a great job putting that one together, and then I'll share the other one that,
While you're looking, they're going to be, we start these January 12th. There'll be one in Galesville, and they're going to rotate because they're, that electronic, they're not the paper, the old-fashioned paper or whatever. So Galesville will have one from January 12th through April 4th. Whitehall, April 6th through June 28th. Osseo, 6/29 through 9/20. Blair, 9/21 through 1/10. And then Campaign 2, it just flips. Osseo, January 12th, Arcadia, Oliva, Independence. So we've got the county covered, and I really love the fentanyl kills. We had one previously, and it didn't make sense. So Angela worked really hard to have one that's going to catch your eye.
Yeah, and I just want to say that, to piggyback off what Jeannie said, was that this was all from the opioid monies, from the opioid settlement. So this will not cost our taxpayers anything to put this up. So, and this was from the community survey. This was one of the things that the community felt that we needed in our county. So.
No more questions or comments? we'll go on with resolutions. Executive Finance Committee, the County Supervisor Conference registration and reservation payment, repayment.
Whereas the Trumbull County Board of Supervisors, hereby the county board recognizes and understands the public benefit of receiving additional education and training for its officials on county government and its workings. Whereas pre-registering those county board supervisors and/or committee members who intend to attend such educational seminars, conferences, classes, and/or other events is often necessary, so their attendance and lodging are timely secured and/or reserved, and that such are typically prepaid using county funds. Whereas the county board further recognizes that the county staff spends significant time registering county board supervisors and/or committee members for such events, which includes registration to the event, reservation of lodging, individualized confirmation of each event, completion and provision of paperwork such as tax exempt forms and provision of credit card authorization for those attending, and that county funds are used throughout these steps and processes when sending individuals to these types of trainings. Whereas the county board further understands that situations may arise after such efforts are taken and funds have been spent that may make it impossible for a person to still attend. However, county board further believes that in those cases, the supervisor or committee member should take those steps necessary to cancel one's attendance and try to obtain refunds of any county funds that were expended to date. Whereas the county board believes that when no refund of county prepaid funds is available, the applicable supervisor or committee member has a responsibility to Trumbull County and its residents to reimburse Trumbull County for the unnecessary expenditure of funds. Now be it resolved by the Trumbull County Board of Supervisors that supervisors and committee members shall timely inform county staff of need for their cancellation, if applicable, of an educational event, and shall take those steps reasonable to recover county funds spent. Be it further resolved that when the supervisor or committee members either do not attend or do not timely notify county staff that they will not attend pre-registered and/or prepaid educational seminars, conferences, classes, or other events where expenses are still incurred, those charges will be deducted from the next payrolls to recover county costs. Be it further resolved that if the supervisor or committee member's term will end before full payment is received, that supervisor or committee member shall have up to 60 days to pay the total amount still due at the expiration of his or her term. Be it further resolved that such situations, those supervisor or committee member will be further required to make their own registrations or reservations until their current term expires. Be it further resolved that in case of an unplanned and/or emergent absence, as in death or significant injury or sickness, a county board supervisor may petition the Executive Finance Committee to waive those costs. Introduced by Executive Finance Committee, David Larson, Robert Becker, John Austin, Bridget Turner, Richard Seisha.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Turner, second by Supervisor Becker. Okay. Discussion at all?
Yeah, I just had a couple of questions. It's been a little while since I've gone anywhere, but I have been one of those people who have signed up with the intention of going and have had to back out at the last minute. And I don't take that lightly. I understand that that's a, a big deal. One of the things, though, that I've not seen happen when I've signed up for something is I don't get confirmation of a registration, and I don't know when the cancellation date for reimbursement is, or
It was
any
in
of the
your
information
mailbox.
related to that. Could it be emailed, though? Like, that would be more likely to be timely if we receive that information via email?
That sounds good to me. Is that possible?
I can do that.
All right.
Isn't it sometimes when you know you're going to a conference and you read the brochure, it tells you cancellation dates? Or I know that one time I wasn't able to go to WCA, but Dick Miller went in my place. I mean, I just found someone who wanted to go, and you went when I had to man the farm.
Okay.
But, I mean, I think we have to just be responsible and look for that information on stuff, right? I don't know. That's a lot on Mary to, this is for everybody, right? Not just county board supervisors?
Yeah, that's for employees too.
Yeah, employees, so if we could have a heads up so you don't have to look after 300 employees who go to conferences, just trying to help you out here.
Does it actually include employees? I
don't
didn't
see
get that
that in
impression.
Committee members.
Yeah.
Primary committee members, that's for sure.
Yeah, just for, this is just for this one conference. Otherwise, I don't think Mary's setting up conferences for everybody
Well,
anymore.
I'm doing one now for February. There was one in the fall. There's throughout, there
Yeah,
are.
there's,
The WC, for the board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
But it's not just WC.
Mary, this is Kevin, or the county board members. Yeah, I think an email is simple because, yeah, I don't take lightly when I have to cancel, but I have 2 other jobs where things come up. So that'd be appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Otherwise, we'll,
So basically, this is for county board members only, and it's continuous, correct? It is?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
we didn't have anything in our bylaws at all to cover this, so.
I guess, has there ever been any consideration for the committee members just signing up for their own stuff and then submitting expenses for reimbursement? That would be another way of
Yeah,
handling
You're
it.
always welcome to do that.
But then it'd have to be reimbursed by the county if they set it up themselves.
Yeah.
Isn't that how?
I'd rather do it this way
Well,
also.
It is.
I think if you, I'm afraid if you set it up yourself, you won't get the tax deduction. That's
Sure.
why, it's one of the reasons we do it through the county, because you get the tax deduction.
And you have a lot of people learning how to do reservations.
Yeah.
And usually you learn something the first time you have to do it for a certain conference. As somebody who's reserved a lot of people for conferences, it's challenging to get it so it's just right, and knowing the date or how quick. I know Mary said it filled up pretty quick on that, and that's,
At WCA, you got to be on the phone at midnight of the day that the hotel's open.
Okay.
And they're usually all sold out by like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, it was just a thought.
It's crazy.
Okay, yeah, basically WCA events that have this board that everybody, Mary's got to do. I know the highway, that's done by the highway themselves. Okay. I'm gonna call the roll.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon,
Yes.
David Larson,
Yes.
Jeannie Nutter,
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner,
Yes.
Stacy Klein,
Yes.
Richard Sasha,
Yes.
Lori Severson,
Yes.
Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson,
Yes.
Kevin Adams,
Yes.
Dick Miller,
Yes.
Kevin Whalen,
yes.
John Austin,
Yes,
Don Troop,
Yes.
16-0.
it passes 16-0. We'll go to item B, Environmental Land Use Committee. Amend the Trumbull County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance on Chapter 3.
Whereas Trempealeau County previously adopted a comprehensive zoning ordinance, which was last amended on July 15, 2024, and whereas pursuant to county ordinance and as consistent with state law, the Environment and Land Use Committee may prepare and submit proposed amendments to the comprehensive zoning ordinance for consideration and for possible adoption by Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors, and whereas the proposed amendments to the comprehensive zoning ordinance are attached hereto and reflect recommended changes to Trempealeau County zoning ordinance Chapter 3, and specifically to Trempealeau County zoning ordinance 3.03 subsection 3, and whereas a public hearing was held December 3rd, 2025 pursuant of Wisconsin Statute 59.69 subsection 5E2 regarding these proposed amendments to Trempealeau County zoning ordinance Chapter 3, a copy of which has been filed in the Office of the Department of Land Management and the Office of the County Clerk and were available for public inspection for at least 2 weeks prior to the adoption of this resolution. And whereas the Environment and Land Use Committee has reviewed the proposed amendments to the comprehensive zoning ordinance, determined that the proposed amendments are needed and in the best interest of the health, safety, and welfare of county residents, and that they would better protect county land and resources. Now be it resolved that the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors hereby adopts and approves the attached amendments to the Trempealeau County zoning ordinance introduced by Environment and Land Use Committee, Kellen Nelson, David Larson, Anthony Munson, Stacy Klein, Andrew Todd, Kevin Whalen, Randy Severson.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Motion by Supervisor Klein.
Second.
Seconded by Supervisor Larson. Discussion. Hearing none, we'll just call a roll. Oh, okay.
Did the,
Would you like to get up and explain it?
Yeah,
Public would probably like to hear it.
Hello, everyone. I am Haley from the Department of Land Management. Mark couldn't be here tonight, so I'm filling in on this part of it. So this is for lot requirements, is what Chapter 3 is. This has been extensively discussed for the last probably 5 years, to be honest, and it has been changed already once. It was to allow for a recorded easement across a railroad, which you cannot get a recorded easement from the railroad. So we are coming back to the drawing board, and we have, with the help of Susan and other representatives, attorney as well, for why this is being brought forward, is having an assignable recorded written access license provided by the railroad. And that was what was discussed and approved by the ELU committee on December 3rd. So moving forward, because this gives them options as far as like a land that doesn't have road frontage because it has a railroad running between that and the road, so it allows access then into that property. So if someone wants to divide it or sell it, this gives them the option to do that, creating like a new parcel. I like to put that in quotes. So it's a unique situation to some of the lots within Trempealeau County. So this gives an option as far as allowing landowners to do a few different things on their property. So that is a brief overview of a 5-year discussion. Yes, you're welcome.
Any questions for it at all? Hearing none, we'll call the roll.
Kevin Adams.
Yes.
Dick Miller.
Yes.
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
John Austin.
Yes.
Don Trug.
yes.
Robert Becker.
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Jeannie Nutter.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
Stacy Klein.
Yes.
Richard Seisha.
Yes.
Lori Severson.
Yes.
Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
16-0.
Passes 16-0. Health and Human Services Board, State Investment in Income Maintenance Administration.
Whereas the federal budget reconciliation package enacted in July of 2025 makes changes to the SNAP food share program that would reduce federal costs and significantly impact county administered services. And whereas these changes extend SNAP work requirements to individuals up to the age of 64, lower the child age threshold for parent exemptions, and eliminate waivers for areas of high unemployment, thereby increasing referrals to the food share employment and training FSET program and workload for county human service departments. And whereas the legislation requires states to contribute a minimum of 5% towards the cost of SNAP benefits if their error rate is 6% or higher, facing penalty funding of between 5 and 15% of total SNAP costs. And whereas Wisconsin's current SNAP payment error rate is 4.47%, but without additional investment in eligibility and administrative systems, heightened workloads could push the state amount about to the 6% threshold, triggering significant penalties. And whereas if Wisconsin's error rate reaches 6% on or after October 1, 2027, the state's 5% cost share would be approximately $69 million annually, with potential penalty payments increasing the state's financial burden, costs that could ultimately cascade down to counties. And whereas the SNAP administrative match rate for income maintenance, IM, activities has been reduced from the previous 50% federal, 50% state local to 25% federal, 75% state local, substantially reducing federal revenue available to counties to administer SNAP. And whereas the reduction in administrative funds could lead to a reduction in IM staff, which could result in an increased payment error rate. And whereas county IM administrative costs are approximately $123 million annually, with SNAP-related workload accounting for about $49 million $49 million of those costs. And whereas the new administrative match rate results in an estimated $17 million annual loss in SNAP administrative funding to counties. And whereas these federal cuts result from shifting the benefit administrative costs to states and counties, reducing resources available for local administration, tightening work requirements, increasing county workload, and penalizing minor payment errors, resulting in more cost to the states. And whereas counties operate under state-imposed property tax levy limits restricting their ability to offset such funding losses without additional state or federal relief. Now be it resolved that the Trempealeau County Board of Supervisors strongly urges the state of Wisconsin to provide funding to offset any county fiscal impact caused by the enacted federal SNAP changes, and to work with counties to ensure adequate resources for the administration of food share and related programs. And be it further resolved that the Trempealeau County Clerk is hereby authorized and directed to send a copy of this resolution to the Governor of the State of Wisconsin, Wisconsin state legislatures with a
Constituency.
Thank you. Within Trempealeau County, the Wisconsin Counties Association, and the Wisconsin County Human Services Association. Introduced by Health and Human Services Board Bridget Turner, Dick Miller, Jeannie Nutter, Dawn Trug, Dr. Kimberly Bradenback, Scott Brown, Karen Onstead.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Motion by Supervisor Nutter, seconded by Supervisor Turner. Discussion.
Is there anybody from,
Hearing no discussion, we'll just call the roll then.
okay. This is important.
I can give a brief.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically what this is that the feds or and then the state will pass on those increased costs. Here in Trempealeau County, we have way less than 1% error rate. And so it really would not affect us unless the state decided that every county was going to share the burden of these error rates.
And then it would
And in
affect us.
counties, bigger counties, they have a high error rate, whereas we have minimal. So we don't feel that our county should be penalized when we're operating efficiently.
And it's more than just our county, it's the consortium, which is 8 counties.
Right.
So their error rate is really less than a half a
minimal.
percent.
So,
Because it's so great. Do such a great job here. So we do not want to have to pay for other people's errors.
Thank you, that sounds good. Any other comments or questions? Call the roll.
Dick Miller,
Yes.
Kevin Whalen,
Yes.
John Austin,
Yes.
Dawn Trug,
Yes.
Robert Becker,
Yeah.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
David Larson.
No.
No.
Jeannie
I'm
Nutter.
sorry. I didn't mean to say that. That was my inside voice. Jeannie, yes.
Ron Johnson,
Yes.
Bridget Turner,
yes.
Stacy Klein,
Yes.
Richard Seychelles.
Yes.
Lori Severson,
Yes.
Andy Todd,
Yes.
Richard Anderson,
Yes.
Kevin Adams,
Yes.
15 to 1.
15 to 1, it passes. From Exec Finance Committee on Parks and Tourism Economic Development Committee, the authorization to use capital expenditures, CapEx funding for security cameras at the Petrick Park, which is part of what the CapEx funds could be used for.
Whereas at its November 4, 2025 meeting, the Park Tourism and Economic Development, PTED Committee reviewed a proposal to install additional security cameras at Petrick Park using capital expenditure, CapEx, funds, and voted in favor of advancing the project. And whereas the project is a collaborative effort between the Parks Department, Dispatch, and Information Technology Department, utilizing Verkada security cameras purchased through IT to ensure compatibility with the county's existing system. And whereas the proposed installation consists of 3 components: a license plate reader added to existing Verkada system and new cameras at the cloth shelter and maintenance shed, with a total project cost of $16,815.05 for 8 cameras in total, as detailed in attached vendor quotes. And whereas the project responds to ongoing vandalism and vehicle-caused damage at Peatrick Park, and enhanced surveillance coverage will improve the Trumbull County's ability to document incidents, identify responsible parties, deter future vandalism, and protect public property. And whereas the continuation of this project aligns with Trumbull County Parks Department goals of promoting environmental stewardship, enhancing public recreational spaces, and fostering long-term sustainability through secure facility management with up-to-date surveillance systems and procedures. Now be it resolved that the Executive Finance Committee hereby authorizes the use of $16,815.05 in capital expenditure, CapEx funding, for the installation of Ricada security camera system at Peatrick Park to be voted on later by Parks, Tourism, and Economic Development Committee on December 9th, 2025, with vendor selection based on cost effectiveness, system compatibility, and environmental impact, introduced by Executive Finance Committee and Parks and Tourism and Economic Development Committee. David Larson, Bridget Turner, Richard Seisha, John Anderson, Robert Becker, Lori Severson. I'm sorry. John Austin.
You said John Anderson.
Robert Becker, Lori Severson, Kevin Whalen, Gene Galazinski, Kevin Adams Dunn, Renee Lyon, Buzz Sorgi, Richard Anderson.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Motion by Supervisor Anderson. Seconded by Supervisor Whalen. We have our Parks Director here. You want to at least explain to the public what's been happening out there and why we're doing this?
So we have had a recurring issue 3 or 4 times of vehicles coming in and doing donuts in our lower loop, unfortunately. So one of the main things after talking with Verkada was, hey, let's put a license plate reader on this so we can at least have, recorded info of people coming into the park. And we also wanted to address a couple other things that are on our outdoor recreation plan that'll end in '26, our maintenance shed, and then license plate reader, and then our claw shelter. We have another set of 5 cameras through another vendor that I can't currently get access to. So this would be a collaborative effort between myself and dispatch, so we could have multiple eyes out at the park helping us with some sustainability stuff and long-term planning. Any questions?
Go ahead.
So do these cameras just record license plates, or?
So we have an existing camera out there, but we can add an LPR to that existing camera, whether that's located towards our entrance parking lot. And that will tag, license plates and give us more information and give us patterns of misuse, and also just see kind of who's entering the park and when. It'll give us, good data for positive and negative.
And will you be posting signs to notify people that there are cameras in use?
Yeah, there actually are signs already. This was something that they had planned in like 21, 22 that I don't think they had gotten to quite yet.
Yeah, do you guys have live access to that?
We do.
From your computers in your
And it'll be
office?
really nice too to have dispatch involved for them to be able to see them and not just myself. Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, we'll call for the vote.
Richard Seisha,
Yes.
Lori Severson. Yes. Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Kevin Adams.
Yes.
Dick Miller.
Yes?
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
John Austin.
Yeah.
Dawn Trug.
Yes.
Robert Becker.
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Jeannie Nutter.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
Stacy Klein.
Yes.
16-0.
It passes 16-0. Audit Committee. Members, claims from members.
Whereas the Audit Committee has audited the following claims and recommend that they be allowed as follows. John Austin, $1,019.10. Kevin Adams, $371. Richard Anderson, $447.30. Robert Becker, $285. Ron Johnson, $839.40. Stacy Klein, $430.20. David Larson, $472.20. Renee Lyon, $410.50. Dick Miller, $172.40. Kellen Nelson, $1,314.60. Jeannie Netter, $934.80. Richard Seisha, $445.60. Lori Severson, 0. Andy Todd, $456.80. Bridget Turner, 0. Don Trug, 0. Kevin Whalen, 0. Grand total per diem, $5,900. Total expenses, $1,698.90, for grand total of $7,598.90. Now be it resolved that the claims be allowed as shown. Signed by Audit Committee John Austin, Richard Miller, Kevin Whalen.
Move to approve.
Motion by Supervisor Turner,
Second.
second by Supervisor Whalen. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll just call the roll.
John Austin,
Yeah.
Don Trug,
Yes.
Robert Becker,
Yes.
Renee Lyon,
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Jeannie Netter,
Yes.
Ron Johnson,
Yes.
Bridget Turner,
Yes.
Stacy Klein.
Yes.
Richard Seisha.
Yes.
Lori Severson. Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Kevin Adams.
Yes.
Dick Miller.
Yes.
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
16-0.
Okay. Item 7, announcements and appointments of electors, or elections. Reappointment of Tim Ziegler to the Independence to Housing Authority of Trempealeau County Board of Directors for a 5-year term. If there's any objections, let me know. Otherwise, we'll have Tim Ziegler continue at that job.
I move,
Okay. Yes. I want board approval. Motion by Supervisor Nutter, seconded by Supervisor Johnson. That it? Okay, roll call. We can just do this by voice vote. Voice
I think
vote.
voice vote.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Board of Directors reappointment for the Healthcare Center. Trumbull County Healthcare Center, Stacy Klein's term ends at the end of this month, and she would, although she's not going to run again for county board, she'd like to finish out her term, or finish out the rest of her term as a board member till April. Probably get the April meeting too, I think, yeah.
And the other one.
And County Supervisor, or community member, Jennifer Solberg. So those are the two appointments for the Healthcare Center.
Move to approve.
Motion by Supervisor Nutter to approve, seconded by Supervisor Turner. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. Committee reports. Budget update, that's in your packet. Budget and sales tax. DLM proposed fees. Fee schedule worksheet. That's something we gotta, is that in there?
Haley, if she wants to.
Haley, do you want to talk about that?
Okay, so back up to the podium here. For the DLM, or Department of Land Management fees, in our county ordinance, it is stated that the Board of Supervisors sets those fees. So that's why this is being brought forward to you guys as far as fees within the Department of Land Management. So that would be our permit fees. And I have included, it should be included in there, what we're looking to increase as far as fees. So that would be the zoning fees. We're also consolidating a couple fees, making it a little bit more simple for public members and also staff members. So like For example, the erosion control, instead of having 3 options, we're going to 1 with 1 fee, just to make it much easier on everybody. And then for the county sanitary permits, we are making them all the same fee, so we don't have to keep figuring out which is which, as we are doing permitting on that part of it. So, this did go through ELU on December 3rd, 2025, and this will help offset operational costs within the Department of Land Management. Some of our fees for like producing the 911 signs that are put up in front of everybody's house have gone up, so that will help offset the cost of that. So these are here to offset operational costs and increased costs overall that our department is receiving to produce what we're doing. So that is what we're looking for. I don't think we are out of line as far as the fee dollar amounts. We are actually probably one of the cheaper ones within our surrounding area, so.
Okay.
Move to approve the increase in fees.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Nutter, second by Supervisor Larson.
John, if I could make a comment, please?
Yes, go ahead.
I do want to commend Haley for going through and trying to simplify that situation. It's kind of a rare situation when we can have simplification occurring in government. So I wanted to commend her for that effort.
There you go.
I want to make it simpler for us.
I kind of like to keep her out of it. I hate to break it to you.
Madison.
Okay. Any other comments?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
On the top of this form, it looks like that it was last approved 12/4 of '24. So do you look at these every year and increase them a little bit every year?
It depends on the year. So we do have, so this last round, it did go through in 2024, and I believe those were the UDC fees, which is the building inspector fees, because they increase their fees. We contract through a company to do our uniform dwelling code inspections. So in order to cover those costs, we had to increase for 2024. We don't have to for 25 because they didn't, or for 26, I'm sorry. Screwing up my years here. So for 26, they are not increasing those fees, so we didn't want to touch those, leave them the same, but they did let me know that they'll probably look at those for 27. So yes, we will probably come back again for the 2027 year. So we do look at them because our operational costs do increase too. We try to make it fair across the board as well.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none?
I have a comment. Haley, I agree that Haley's a very good lady for the county. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Okay, call the roll.
Ms. Stacy Klein, sorry.
Yes.
Richard Sasha.
Yes.
Lori Severson.
Yes.
Andy Todd.
Yes.
Richard Anderson.
Yes.
Kevin Adams.
Yes.
Dick Miller.
Yes.
Kevin Whalen.
Yes.
John Austin.
Yes.
Dawn Trug.
Yes.
Robert Becker.
Yes.
Renee Lyon.
Yes.
David Larson.
Yes.
Jeannie Nutter.
Yes.
Ron Johnson.
Yes.
Bridget Turner.
Yes.
16-0.
Passes 16-0. I have no correspondence. No. No correspondence, so we can adjourn this meeting at 8:13.